Hi, my name is Nick Cardwell. Today I'm with Mason Deering and Morgan Breton, and we're here to discuss the advantages of recession. Imagine being a small business owner in your local town. Out of nowhere, you notice the demand for your product drastically declines. After a little bit of time, you also notice that your cash reserves begin to run low and your bills begin to pile high. Out of fear of losing your company, you end up laying off several of your employees. Some of these employees even had families to look after and homes to take care of. Situations like this are not uncommon during recessions and economic downturns. Right now, the world is being forced into an economic downturn. COVID-19 has made numerous countries, including the United States, close down businesses and force people to stay inside for their own safety. The result has been a sharp incline in unemployment rates. Goldman Sachs told CNBC earlier this month that the potential for unemployment rates can reach up to 15% within the next couple months. That's dramatically higher than the low 3.5% that we saw earlier in the year. Now, these numbers might be scary and everything might be a little bit chaotic right now, but it doesn't mean that we can't make the best of this situation. Whether or not the economic downturn due to the coronavirus causes a long-term recession or not, recessions are an inevitable part of the business cycle, and we are bound to see several more within our lifetimes. But this does not have to be a bad thing. Grow during recession.
So how can we use an economic recession to our advantage? Well, one way is by starting a business. According to Kimberly Palmer, a writer for U.S. News and World Report, going against the tide and starting your own business in a recession not only lets you escape from the corporate grind, but it also can be easier than it would be during booming times. It's not uncommon to see a recession cause many different problems, but that creates a perfect opportunity to start a business to create solutions for those rising needs. Some of the greatest companies started during the recession. W. Michael Cassou, owner of Deep Sky, states, "In rough times, people stop being wasteful and start to look toward better solutions." When companies like Apple, Google, and Facebook first started, they thrived during these early years because they were able to offer a solution to a need, and with their lean business model, they were able to create the best value for their customers and also a great habits for the future. Starting a new company means fewer expenses, which also means compared to your competitors. So you can undercut many of those competitors during the recession. Many people during an economic downturn are watching what they spend, so this is the perfect time for you to create those connections. Another reason it may be a good idea to create a business during a recession is because many people are going to be unemployed. You're going to have a number of highly qualified potential members to join your team, which not only benefits them, but you will also be benefiting the economy and your community. Lastly, if your company requires suppliers, you will be able to work with those vendors to create a cheaper rate during a recession, whereas during a strong economy, those suppliers create the rules and prices for you.
How else can you grow during a recession? Solve problems. The new recession comes new problems, and we must adapt to solve these problems. This from Psychology Today wrote about a study with over 2,000 participants. The goal of the study was to analyze the benefits of overcoming adversity. A strength that was discovered during this study was individuals who overcome adversity are significantly more self-sufficient. So to grow during recession, you must overcome the adversities that come with a recession. This will benefit you, your company, and the economy. Another great example of solving problems during a recession is Disney. Kelly Brettog from The Medium wrote about the opening days at Disneyland. Disneyland opened during the Great Recession. At the time, Disney knew that smiles were needed more than ever, so they opened the park and continued to run it throughout the Great Depression. During the Great Depression, they faced all the normal adversities and problems that come with owning a brand new park during a Great Depression. The end result was a key milestone for a company still in business today and makes over $70 million of revenue a year. Recessions are great opportunities to solve problems.
So, what is the best way to grow during the recession? Develop yourself. With the issues that have been brought up with the COVID-19 pandemic, companies and people have looked at this as an opportunity to get back on track or to set goals for where they want to be. We can either let these challenges knock us down, or we can see them as an opportunity to grow and develop ourselves. Many companies have even given free access to their platforms to be able to help individuals and companies in these uncertain times. Some of these companies include the New York Times, which has given free access to educators as well as their students. Another company is Qualtrics, which has helped give free access to their platform to be able to help companies transition more fully to a work from home environment. With the amount of people that have been laid off or furloughed, I can foresee an increase in enrollment into online schooling as well as the traditional universities. This situation will definitely be a wake-up call for many people, for them to be able to look at what sets them apart from the competition, especially with this huge influx into the job market. And they will definitely be looking for opportunities to make those differences shine. And being able to develop yourself and grow is definitely something that is important. Ways that I have tried to develop myself in this time is being able to read or listen to audiobooks. I found that focusing on motivational or self-help books has definitely been a positive use of my time during this pandemic and this situation. I myself was personally affected by this when my job was forced to close. I worked in the entertainment industry, so as part of the Stay Home, Stay Safe initiative that our governor released, we were forced to close our doors, and we were not given a date as when we would return. Like I said before, this was definitely a wake-up call for me to be able to look at my abilities and see where I was able to grow. And luckily, I was able to find new employment in a company where I definitely feel like I will be able to reach the goals that I set for myself, and I will be able to develop in the way I need to, and it will definitely be a positive in my life, even when at first it was very, very scary and definitely unsettling. But like I said, it's grown into a positive, and I look forward to the opportunity to be able to grow myself and see what success I'm able to accomplish.
So to recap, in order to grow during a recession, you can develop yourself, start a business, and lastly, solve problems. Thank you.